Today we're going to be going over the various KX dies used to cut holes. The 2.5mm hole that you see here is going to be good for setting your snaps and for your rivets. The other size holes that you see here are going to be nice for your grommets. In today's tutorial, we'll be reviewing 4 different hole cutting dies from Kam Snaps. Please note that every single die that we're going to be using today, we'll be using the DK-93 to KX adapter base, which is pictured here, as well as the bottom die for the hole cutting dies. The size bottom die that you see right here is 17mm. The 17mm bottom die that's offered at Kam Snaps will accommodate all their die sizes up to 17mm. Today we'll be punching 2.5mm hole, a 7mm hole, 12mm hole, as well as 17mm. Today we'll be using a piece of marine vinyl, we're going to go ahead and start off with the size 2.5mm top die for cutting holes. We're going to go ahead and grab your adapter base, just drop it right here into the green hole. And then we're going to take the bottom die. You're just going to drop it right there into that hole. This is the 2.5mm top die for cutting holes. You'll see this end here. That is the part that's going to puncture your fabric. And the opposite end is going to be the side with the threads. Go ahead and find the top part of your press. It helps me to use my opposite hand to just balance the die, and then I just go ahead and twist it right into place. So this is a fully installed 2.5mm die. So you see, this is what it looks like. We're going to go ahead and take our piece of marine vinyl, and we're going to go ahead and use the die to punch it directly on top of the 2.5mm. .5mm hole, nice and clean. Okay, to remove the die, all you're going to do is twist it out. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on. Next, we have the 7mm top die to cut holes. All right, similar to the 2.5mm, all you're going to do is find that top part, and we're just going to go ahead and twist it into place. The bottom part that we're using today is the 17mm bottom die. We're going to go ahead and take our same piece of marine vinyl. I'm going to put it right there on the center. See there? 2.5mm hole, and now we have a 7mm hole. Okay. To remove this die, all you got to do is twist it out of place. Next is the 12mm die. To install this die, all you're going to do is find the top of your press and screw it into place. We're going to go ahead and take our same piece of marine vinyl and we're going to punch a hole right here on top of the 12 millimeters. Okay. To remove your die, all you're going to do is twist it out of place. Okay. Sometimes the little hole punch might just be left over. All you got to do is toss it. Alrighty. Lastly, we're going to be utilizing the 17 millimeter die. To install your 17 millimeter die, you're just going to find the top of your press and you're just going to go ahead along with this 17 millimeter die, we're going to be using the 17 millimeter bottom base. Okay. We're going to go ahead and take our piece of marine vinyl, but something that we're going to do differently is we're going to go ahead and incorporate a cutting mat. One piece of advice that Kam Snaps does offer, they recommend that you use a cutting mat on top of your bottom base, right below your fabric, in order to prolong the life of the bottom base. By using a cutting mat on top of the bottom base, you'll have to replace your bottom base less frequently. Here's the final product. We were able to cut 2.5 millimeter hole, 7 millimeters, 12 millimeters, along with 17 millimeters. So I did want to let you know that Kam Snaps does offer hole cutting dies in more sizes than what I showed you today. Just go ahead and head on over to their website and see what different sizes they have to offer. Today we went over the dies that you're going to need in order to cut holes into your materials. We went over the 2.5 millimeter die, the 7 millimeter die, the 12 millimeter die, and the 17 millimeter die. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them down below.